Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Idea Studio. I'm Dana.
I'm Jeb.
This is our weekend live stream. Today we're doing it on Sunday. So we had planned to do something on Saturday, but I fell asleep. And so we didn't do it. Just completely passed out. And so, anyways, we have to push this as well. So here we are. Jib, how are you?
I'm good.
Busy?
A little bit.
I've been editing all day, working all day, and Jib has been nonstop painting on, working on the piece that you see behind us, and we'll get into that in a little bit. So yeah, you've been a little busy, nonstop.
Well, the good thing is, if I finish it tonight,
Mm,
tomorrow I'm free.
that's true. That's true.
So I can watch Netflix.
Finally, after probably 2 months, no Netflix for you.
It's like the way I watch Netflix is like just listen to it.
Yeah, but I mean, I haven't seen you. Mostly just the news and work, 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 work.
Yeah, because the news I don't have to see it. I just listen to
Or
it.
focus. You just
Yeah,
forget
just like
that. BS anyway. Don't worry about it. Just keep. So, if you guys, some of you might have seen videos that show our place before. We have a big table on the other side of the studio. So Jib uses half of that completely cleared out,
1/3.
and she stands over it, and she just constantly working on this piece over and like every piece that she has, these big pieces that she does for school, and so she'll just stand over it, or we have a stool that goes up pretty high, so sometimes she'll pop that up, and it's kind of like an architect's stool where it has the piece on the bottom for your feet. So I'll see her sitting on that and just work, 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 and then all day today, all I hear is, what is that? And I look up and explain the process that you
That's
had
a
to.
secret.
Oh, it's a secret.
Secret of school,
Oh,
really.
I can't say, but
Well, can say like it's the way that we put the gold foil
yes.
on the painting.
And I'd be here editing and just getting blurry eyed, editing so much, working on the documentary, and it's getting close. By the way, the edit's coming along. It's going to be feature length. I mean, it's going to be an hour, but maybe a little less, a little more, but it's in that ballpark. It's close already. I mean, and it's like I'm laying it down. And I think it's coming along good. The flow feels good. I've got to still do a little bit of motion graphics work. And Darren Hale will do the musical score for me, which will be awesome. So it'll be all original music scored just for this documentary, which is going to be
Wow.
epic. But yeah, so I'm in the edit. I'm going through. I'm like, all right, this, here we go. And then I'll hear, pop my head up, and I just see Jib bent over the art, and she's going at it, and I just, what the,
That's how I remove excess gold from the painting, which is like this is other teacher like I'm not sure can it it's not invention, but it might be creation
okay.
because it's not the same as your way, which is it's easier actually. Like if they teach me to do the old way,
Yeah.
there will be more days to work on this and like kind of eyes pain for sure.
So close yet so far, and then Jib treated herself to some salmon tonight
Yes,
because
I think I deserve it.
she not only does she deserve it, she needs that energy. So let's jump into the chat real quick. I saw the anti Dana was here earlier. We know this is Emazakian. We had Joe in the chat early on. What up, Joe? Smoke Def was here early on as well. What's going on, man? Thomas, morning. How's things out your way? Yeah, that's right, Toby. The Big Kahuna Burger. That is a tasty burger.
What is that?
Oh, you know what? That movie's on Thai Netflix now, Pulp Fiction. You've never seen it, right?
No.
Once you finish this piece, we're going to just
Wait,
chill for a night.
that's Paul Fisher is John Travolta.
Yeah, and Sam Jackson.
It's not interesting for me.
It's a classic, all-time great movie, a perfect movie. Perfect movie. Have to watch it. So yeah, the Big Kahuna Burger. Looks tasty. Yeah, man. McGonj, what's going up? This day is better for me being a Sunday. Ah, nice. Good, good. Soy Mafia. Look up. Nah, but disappointed that Dana do not refrigerate eggs now. No, I've not refrigerated eggs since I've lived here. Oh, already a super chat coming in for Joe. So another entry. Joe's got more entries into this art raffle. Next week's the last week, so if you want to enter, like, you know, any super chats or any buy me a coffees that come in this week, anyone who becomes a new member this week, you get entered in to get a super chat. I just got to add. I don't even have to add Joe's name to the list. I just have to do +1 next to Joe's name because Joe has
Thank you,
the
Joe.
most. Thank you, Joe. You're the man. Let's see, where is it? There we go. Joe, another entry. So +1. All right. So let's see who else we got in there. Thank you, Joe. You rock, my friend. And where we also, yeah, Soy Mafia. Yeah, no, I don't refrigerate eggs.
Well,
they
actually,
don't do it here.
we put in fridge,
Not
but
really.
as you always like buy like 30s,
Yeah.
and it's
Too
too
much.
many
Yeah.
to put in the fridge. So like if we get just 10 or 12,
Mm.
fine. Actually, we have egg tray
Oh, we
for
do?
fridge. We have, but we never use it before because before this, you don't eat egg.
True, true.
And for me, to buy like 10 and have to finish it before it's go old, it's like, oh, it's hurt. So that's why I never buy fresh egg.
Touche, touche. Smoke Def says, looks like a lot of progress on that piece. Indeed, Smoke Def, indeed.
So tonight I would just like check all like the detail. Like I have to use like the smallest brush that I have to fix.
One of the things that's interesting is when Jib has to bring this home, so we have to have like a coordinated like a dance for me to help her, because she'll take the bus the last way home, or sometimes the entire way, because she can get an empty bus at the palace, which is nice to like be able to sit the whole way and just pass out.
But it's 3 hours.
But the bus will pull up like combat style at our soy. And so I have to be there, and Jib will be like the first one at the door. And like she'll tell me, she's like, oh, passing Ekamai. So I jump on the songtel up to the top of the soy. She passes out her artwork. I have to like reach over and grab it, pull it out over the people, and she jumps out, and then we swap bags. And then just, you know, grab some dinner at the market and head home. We have to take Big Red because this piece of art doesn't fit in the little songtel, so we can't take it direct to the house.
It's fit.
Not with me in it.
Maybe I can take it with other 5.
Maybe with you in the morning, but not with me. Especially sometimes I'll post.
Oh, no, like the short roof one.
I'm gonna post these 2 photos on the community chat after the live stream. I'll post them up. I sent them to Jib the other day because I took the songtel up to the soy, and I was running late because I got halfway down our soy and I realized I forgot my phone. So I came home, got the phone, went back out, and the first songtel that pulls up, I wave him down. He pulls over, and he waves me into the front because the back is full. So the front of these songtels, they're like little like cab over. They run on motorcycle engines. They have like 400cc motorcycle engines in these pickup trucks, and they're chain drive. So the cab is really small. So I jump in, and I send Jib a photo. My knees are touching the dash, and my head is above the door, like touching the roof of the car. And I'm already scrunched down as small as I can be. So I'll post those up in the community tab. You guys might get a kick out of those. Let's see. Where else we got here? Oh, Thomas. Using Adobe. No, I edit in Final Cut, Thomas. I tried Adobe for about a year. I don't like the workflow in Adobe Premiere for editing. We still have Adobe for Photoshop and mostly for Lightroom for me. We do some Photoshop, but majority Lightroom, and I switched over to Affinity, the Affinity suite for a lot of my graphic design and like fine editing. It's like, it's good. It's not 100% Lightroom replacement, Oh, you need massage? This is how I have to like massage Jib's hands by like squeezing her fingers in mine, or else her fingers fall off every day.
Yeah, some night it's just like blood just fall from my hand.
So yeah, Final Cut editing all the way. I love Final Cut. It's phenomenal workflow, very powerful tool, and if you're in the Mac ecosystem, I don't know why you wouldn't use it. Especially if you're creating your own projects. Now, if you work for a studio or you work for like someone else and they require a certain software, use that, of course. Use whatever the job requires. But for me, I absolutely love Final Cut. Oh, jumping up, just renewed on the membership. Nice, Joe. You made me nervous with the clapping. Seth, how's it going?
Why?
Yeah. If you just heard that and you're like looking
No.
around to see what that is.
No, that's not the noise that I make.
It's close to that sound. It's more of a tapping.
Actually, you have to hit it hard to like hit just one time, and like the goal, that part like that
Yeah.
your finger touch it. You have
Yeah.
can use just one finger. I don't understand. Like cannot like four, so I finish quicker. But teacher showed me like okay, use just index.
I know a lot of people are laughing at the implications of this conversation. Have to hit it hard.
ใช่
Can't just use one finger.
Cannot.
Have to make it finish quick.
And your finger has to like wet a little bit. Cannot be too dry. Then the goal not gonna
So it has to be lubricated.
a little bit. Like seriously, like I have to wipe my face at the school to get like some oil on my finger. Like, oh my god, I need oil, and then hit the paper with the gold because we try it on a. We have to draw the new one,
Yeah.
like small one, on a, like on the thick paper, and then try this method. It's like, oh my god, difficult.
We got Uncle Craig in the house over at the Bong Nok. Working on his shop house. A lot of renovations going on over there. How you doing, Uncle Craig? How's Are you getting a little cold snap right now in KPP? KKP?
กำแพงเพชร
Kampang Pet. Yeah, KPP. You getting a little bit of a cold snap up there, Uncle Craig? Because it's not cold here, but it's definitely
not hot.
not hot.
Well, if you're not standing in the sun.
Yeah, true. Like the sun hits you here. It's like, oh,
Yeah, it's still
like a vampire walking out in the middle of the day.
yes.
A little bit of brain fuel. Let's see. Why Jiv doesn't own a Prada handbag, Yves Saint Laurent, or Hermes? You'd have to ask her that, not me.
Well,
Why don't you own
If
Prada,
I get it for free, I would like to have it.
but not pay for it, right?
Correct. If someone willing to give me for free, I don't mind.
I don't. What about the hand? I made you a handbag. It's perfect.
Yeah. Everyone jealous. I say, okay, you make tote for me. You make this for me, that for me. It's like, oh my god.
I made Jib's purse. That's doesn't even need to be adjusted. It's measured to her, riveted
Yeah,
in.
just like fit for my size. So
Yeah.
no matter.
Don't need a buckle on the strap. And very low key. You know, do you remember? Was it 6 years ago, 7 years ago? Someone sliced your bag open on the bus. Yeah. Jib, you were carrying yarn, right?
No, it's like
I remember
needles.
I remember thinking like, oh, it's lucky that whatever you had in there didn't get sliced through. So I
It's
thought
just
it
like
was yarn.
snack. It's a snack
Oh.
bag. Because that day I went out with friend.
Yeah. Yeah, and we didn't. Jib noticed when she
Yeah.
got home and opened it up, and it was just like sliced.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sharp cut. It's like, what is that? Like first, I thought like, did I walk past something that?
Yeah, but
Like
it was
a-
like straight, like a razor blade cut.
Yeah, I thought it's like, oh, it might be I hit the trees or something that.
Yeah.
But it can't cut the canvas like that.
Yeah,
like,
for
oh,
sure.
okay. I think. Then I think about like, oh, that must be the guy who stand next to me.
Yeah.
Ah.
Indeed. Hey, we got Chris Khalid's chat can't hang low. Oh, you're still working. Oh, the same boat rowing across the screen. Yeah, I hear you. Editing. One more chance to win. Joe, you got like, I want to say you're like probably 80% of the entries at this point, Joe. Like your likelihood of winning, like if, like, please other people enter, right? Let's try to diversify the pool. But Joe's got this locked down almost, for sure. Fun fact: eggs only. Yeah, this is true. They only need to be. There's a membrane that washes off.
We didn't wash it.
Yeah. I think the U.S. is the only country that I know of that washes eggs and then requires them to be refrigerated.
Maybe CPA, they clean it. Never see like chicken poop on it.
Yeah. Definitely the eggs that we get from the local market are not cleaned at all. They've never seen water.
Yes.
Thomas said, Final Cut's great. He's not. Yeah, if you're not a Mac person, then obviously you can't use Final Cut. A lot of great options out there. Adobe. I think if I was a PC guy, though, I'd probably go with DaVinci. Just for one, the free version is essentially pro. And two, I'm not a super fan of Adobe's subscription model. Though I'd have to learn DaVinci's workflow completely. I've seen some clips of it online, and it's completely different than what I'm used to from a workflow perspective. So I'd have to really like take a look at that and spend some time to learn it. If I don't get my son 3 eggs for Kai Jiao, he's not happy.
Kai
Jiao, sorry. He can do 30 eggs in 10 days, but starting to look like Kim Jong-un.
3 eggs? Isn't it too much?
You gotta get him lift. No, 3 eggs is good protein.
It's like 2. It's fine.
How old is he, Toby? Because you gotta get him jacked. As long as he's working out. A 3-egg omelet is perfect. Thai omelet.
No, difficult to flip.
You just gotta work on your technique.
2 is good.
That's why you get the spider.
No, we use just
get it.
taliwa.
You work on technique. Glad it's not radio. It would be yes. Talking about the finger technique with the sounds.
You should hear my teacher did it.
I gotta go and edit the metadata for this live stream. Put ASMR.
Oh, but I don't want to do
That's
gold
gonna be the
foil
funniest
again.
bit yet.
It's expensive. Like one small piece like this is $10.
For the gold foil, right? Yeah.
Hi, it's a real gold. Because like if you get the one that like they add other metal to make it cheaper.
Right? Yeah.
No, it can come off, but by the time it's like not many years, the color will change. It's not gonna be gold. It will change, like it can oxidize.
Is this
or something.
food grade gold?
I believe.
So I don't get this. If you guys understand this, let me know in the chat. Like, what's the point behind people eating gold on their food? Like, I've seen
luxury.
Like this is the thing. Like, I've seen this like over the past like couple months. Like I saw gold chicken wings, gold pizza.
I think actually gold has like
gold donut.
Like it's stopped microbial.
So, but I mean, like, why are people like people aren't sick and eating it? They're just eating it to like be cool. Like, hey, I want these golden chicken wings, or this golden steak, or this golden pizza. It feels like I don't want heavy metals in my food.
Rich, I guess.
I do not want heavy metals in my food.
Well, it's a stress element that we need it anyway. But to eat it like the whole piece is too much for sure.
Yeah, Joe, it is, but it's not linking through to the site. The integration with Streamlabs is broken, but I do still see it. So if you send me one, just let me know and I'll shout it out. But yeah, the integration is broken for some reason.
Wow.
Let's see. But yeah, let me know, guys. Like the whole edible gold thing is crazy. I just don't get it.
Small piece is okay, yeah, but not like a lot.
But not like a whole bunch of chicken wings covered in gold, or
I won't eat it.
Or like a pizza with gold instead of cheese. Like, that's not cool. Yeah. Oh, sweatshirts in the morning and evening. Yeah, nice and chill out in the bun knock.
Oh.
Angel's looking cool back there in the light. Yeah, it's kind of like diffused a little with the blue light. We'll pull it up in a little bit. We'll take a closer look at the progress. I'll take a Prada bag. Dana, I made you a bag. Yeah, basically. That's how it went down. No, what happened was Jib's, her old purse broke. And so I was like, I'll just make you a new one. I got tons of fabric. She likes a lot of the patterns. Like, I like to make bags. Let me sew one up. I'll make the perfect sort of like utility bag, and that's what I did. It's got the pink polka dots inside, so you have a nice liner. Always something good to look at. They use a device. I found it flitchy. Huh? He's only 9 and he can pound away that many eggs. Nice.
Oh, okay, 9, fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This can pound.
3 a day.
Yeah, by the
fine.
time I was 9, I was probably eating a half dozen eggs a day, maybe 12. I don't know. You got to pack on size. You need protein. I was by 9. I was probably already 180 pounds.
That's you.
More than I was 80 kilos.
That's you.
I have not much invested in plugins to switch from Adobe. Or too much, you mean? Or not much? Yeah, I mean, the plugins are... You can always, like... Depends on what you're doing with them. But, like, for me, like, I have plugins on Final Cut as well. And I have, like, custom transitions. But in reality, I use less and less transitions. And since I can use motion, I can pretty much recreate anything I really need to if it stops working. It was Adobe Suite for years, but not the subscription. I got you. Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge. You cold, Ben?
Hi.
So the nice thing about the subscription is they do update it, but like it's just not worth the money. I mean, the version we have for photography is okay, right? And Lightroom has features I can't replicate anywhere else, and a lot of my photography allows me to really do mass processing of images, which I need. And because I'm so busy on this edit, I'm behind on a lot of my photos. I shot MBK Fight Night with my friend Keone the other day, and I've only edited like a handful. I went through and I did my first pass where, now I don't know if any of you guys do street photography or you go do like event, like my camera's not really a sports camera. I shoot a Fuji, so this is my photography camera. Fuji X-H1. I switched to this when I got rid of Canon. This was the newest Fuji at the time, but I love it as a camera. I love the functional dial controls on Fuji, and I like shooting APS-C. So, and everything about Fuji I'm very happy with, but it's definitely not a sports camera. I can't blast like 1,000 shots a second. Like, that's not it. But the quality of the photos that come out of it, fantastic. Now, my buddy Keone shoots Leica. Jim hates when I talk about this because I'm very impressed with Leica. I'm very impressed with Leica.
You're not going to buy it.
But they are like $7,000, $8,000, $9,000 per camera.
You're not going to get it.
I don't know if I'm $7,000 impressed with a Leica.
No.
But I am super impressed with it. Jim answers for me. They are nice, though, and they're solid. When you hold them, they're solid. When I was a kid, my grandma did not have a refrigerator. Yeah,
yes,
in America, they didn't refrigerate eggs when I was a kid either. It didn't start until I was like maybe 10 or 12 that you had to start refrigerating. I think at least I think my grandparents had chickens, so they had their own eggs. Yeah. I was still on Adobe CS6. Yeah, not a fan of. Yeah, the subscription for some things it does make sense, but the Adobe Suite is not one of them in my opinion. Especially the way they sort of they force you to bundle because individual add-ons to the subscription are so expensive. A 2020 version of Adobe works. Okay. Yeah, people say wearing gold jewelry helps your body conduct good energy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not a thing.
Okay.
How else do you expect to charge $1,000 for a bad pizza and get YouTube press if you don't put gold? Yeah, right? That's all it seems to be is And then Salt Bay does a steak that I think is like $1,200, where it's just a steak with
a
gold.
Huh.
And I saw someone reviewed it, and he's like, it wasn't even seasoned well. So it's like, wasn't even salt on the steak. It was just gold. And it tasted bad. So imagine paying like $1,200 for a steak at Salt Bay, and it doesn't even have salt on the steak. It's no good. No good. Look, pizza for me, all right, just dough, sauce, cheese. That's the fundamentals. That's all you need. No gold. Like, if you want to add other toppings, great. Like, or no cheese. Like, where I grew up in Rhode Island, the cheese wasn't as popular a topping, I think, as the rest of the country. We had, like, pizza strips, so, like, Sicilian style with no cheese on it. I love that style of pizza. Jib, extra cheese for jib. Ham, pineapple, every time. Mushrooms. Right? Then that's great. Like, I used to I love, like, olive and mushroom pizza, too. Like, that's one of my all-time favorites.
And
all-time.
ketchup.
If I see a person put ketchup on pizza, there's a good likelihood we will have a physical altercation. I bet my favorite pizza place in the world, probably, Pala Pizza in Asok, best pizza in Thailand, hands down. I've seen people like ask for ketchup, and the wait staff are so well trained. They're like, "Mind me, we don't have. Sorry, no, we don't do that here. You can leave if you want to do that, but we don't do that." Even like this European guy went up to the windows during COVID. I think, were you with me? And he goes up. He's with his, we'll say, girlfriend. Not judging a book by its cover. He he goes up to the window. They're eating pizza, and she was housing it. She was like, I think she had like the Daviola, the pepperoni, if I remember. But he's got something. He goes up. He's like, "Oh, can I have the ketchup?" And the girl at the window is like, "No, we don't do that." He's like, "No ketchup." She's like, "No, can't. Not gonna happen. Sorry, buddy." And he's just like all dejected, like, But that's how a good pizza place should be. They don't let you defile the pizza with ketchup. The customer is not always right in that scenario. Ja. Oh, sorry, Bonnie. I found Da Vinci, right? Yeah, so I've not used it, Thomas. So I can't say, but like I said, I've seen a lot of people talk about it. A lot of people love the free version. My buddy Suburban Beard uses it. He loves it. So for me, like, if I had to switch, I would probably pick that over Adobe. But if I found, like you said, that it's glitchy, I probably would stay away and probably find another option, or just never leave the Mac ecosystem. Like, that's probably be my first choice. They always push the updates, but really it's likely they do a lot of that, keep you in, I think, like, a lot of the update, like, there's never huge, massive, like, changes in the updates. I saw, like, maybe 2 major updates on Premiere. We paid for, 2 years we paid for the entire suite on Premiere?
Sure.
I think maybe 2 years. And I gave it, like, for the last half, we were really just keeping it to use Audition and Illustrator. And I wasn't even using Premiere. And I went back to Final Cut after a year. I was like, I gave it a year. It's not working for me. I really liked Audition, Adobe Audition for audio, but I have Logic X, and it does a lot more. It's more of a DAW than Recording Suite, but it does everything recording-wise I need as well. So no issues. Illustrator, most of the functionality for Illustrator is recreated in Affinity Design. And for Photoshop Lightroom, we still have, because Lightroom preset.
I like Photoshop.
Yeah, Photoshop has a lot more. Like, the selection tool on Photoshop is crazy good. Crazy good. Now Pantone has come up with a subscription. Of course they have, right? You can't use their colors anymore if you're not subscribed. Well, of course, Pantone. They got such a great color library, though. Everyone wants that subscription money.
Pantone has subscription.
Jim's so dejected right now. You know what's crazy? Probably starting in like 2016, tech startups really started to push subscriptions because VCs were adding so much value to that revenue model to companies. I think that's really why we saw it take off. Like VCs were saying, like, oh, you have this many paying subscribers. That's monthly recurring revenue, MRR, right? And it was massive. And you started to see like 5x, 10x, 20x multipliers for companies with great traction and MRR. And so I think that's what really proliferated it. I don't necessarily think that's a good thing. I definitely don't think it's a good thing. The way it sort of proliferated and became ubiquitous in the software world. And so that's why you see in America, we don't see it so much here. It's starting to pop up more and more, but like Blue Apron and like Wine Cellar, where like you have a subscription to a service like Netflix, but every month you get like 5 bottles of wine, or every week you get like pre-made dinners to cook for the week. And it just gets delivered to your house every Monday. Now, personally, I would never order pre-planned meals in Thailand that you cook at home, because it would just be way more expensive than going to the street food market, for one. And
Correct.
two, you see how hot it is outside? I don't need like meats and cheeses and all types of vegetables sitting in a hot ass truck for 3 hours,
Well,
4
with
hours.
the
waiting to
service,
come
they
to me.
must have like a control, like control temp truck.
You hope, but you don't know.
If it's a big company
Yeah.
and reliable,
But we've also
must.
seen the temperature controlled trucks sit outside the 7-Eleven with the doors open for 30 minutes, bringing food into a 7-Eleven.
so normally here, like we call ผูกปิ่นโต
Pinto.
ผูก
Pu.
ปิ่นโต
Pinto, like lunchbox.
Yes.
Pinto. Pu.
ผูก is like a bond
Oh.
or tied.
Ah.
So it's like we like in the like village or in the soil, it will be like restaurant that make this, and they're like, okay, put like monthly menu, what they're
Okay.
gonna serve. And if you would like to try, you're like, okay, try a week, try a month, like that. So it will be like, okay, this price for 2 menu, like 2 side dish and 1
If I'm going to a
snack.
local place, that's okay.
something. I think like my family tried before.
Yeah.
It's nice,
Yeah.
but by the time like when you pay that for many months, it's like, oh, okay, same thing again. It's like,
If it was a local place to us, then yeah. I see so Thomas talked about get a Sony Venice 2. Let me show you my camera, Thomas.
no.
This is what I'm using now.
Careful.
Whoa. So this is the current rig that I have for shooting. So this is my Sony FX3 with field monitor, 2470 Sigma's on there right now. Got my, I think that's was it Camvat handle, I think. But this round handle is a game changer for me, ergonomically, because I can sort of like just put my hand in any position and hang on. I've got my cable management up top here. And then the bottom of the rig's built out with these feet, and it has an Arca Swiss on the bottom. And then the top handle that Sony comes with, that this Sony comes with the XLR inputs. This camera records 4-track audio. And Ulanzi sent me this light, and so I put this on this clamp up here. And it's got pretty good light for a little LED. So I'll throw this down here. I won't put it back on the tripod just yet.
Don't kick it.
I won't. I'll take care of it after the stream. But yeah, the FX3, fantastic camera. A lot of the footage for the Ghost Tower documentary was shot on that, and anything else I produce will have heavy use with that. But also, like, I still love my ZV-1, probably the best. This camera fits in my pocket even with the cage on it. It's an absolutely fantastic camera. Jason, K-Town Verney. Hey Dana, we were at Bangkok podcast meetup last night representing Retire Working For You, and we bumped into your podcast co-host Mike. It was cool vibes. Oh yeah, Mike mentioned to me that he was at the podcast meetup. Yeah, I didn't see that was happening until like the last half of the week, and so like we had already planned to do something on Saturday, or else I probably would have popped over. I really enjoy the Bangkok podcast. Cool guys. Actually, with Bangkok Strange, I've been thinking about like relaunching it, like getting a different co-host and sort of like reworking the concept of it for next year. I want to go back to more of the original concept as opposed to like what it sort of became during the pandemic with Mike as a co-host. So like if any of you guys remember it from its original concept with my other co-founder for the podcast, Woody, it was more about like taking a deeper dive into like the eccentricities of life in Thailand. And I'd like to go back to that and maybe do like a seasonal format. So yeah, some diving into it to do, but yeah, it was maybe something for 2023 for sure. I think they're just flexing on us eating goal. Yeah, no doubt. Dana, that is called bread. You're talking about the pizza with the sauce on it. No! Yeah, exactly. Greg knows what's up. Ketchup on any pizza is a sin, but especially Pala. That's world-class pizza. It's like a 9 in the 9 range out of 10 pizza. You talk about Pala. That's like a 9.5. Like that's one of the best.
I like pasta there.
They have good pasta. You like the risotto though, especially
that too.
when Jib likes when they have the rock lobster pasta. That's one with the cream sauce. That's your favorite, right?
Yes.
If they did that as a risotto, that would probably be your favorite.
I like the 4 cheese.
Oh, the 4 cheese risotto. Yeah. How do you feel about people eating? You know, like if you're just dipping, like if you've got, I'll make a caveat for the ranch, Seth. Now, I wouldn't do it personally. Now, if you just squirt it on the cheese, like that's wrong, right? But if you've got like a big doughy pizza, like a Pizza Co. or a Papa John's, and you take the crust and you dip it in some ranch, I'll allow that. I'll allow it. I'll allow it. But if I see you out there just squirting ranch all over the middle of your pizza, unless it's like a chicken ranch pizza, some type of concoction that I don't even want to think about, we're not on the same level. We're not doing it. Like, but like a big doughy pizza to just dunk it in the. I'm gonna allow it. Oh my God, smoke. Mayo on our pizza.
Jam put mayo on everything.
Oh my God.
You put it on the rice, put it on salmon, put it on pizza.
You haven't seen...
Put it on noodle.
You haven't seen Pulp Fiction yet, so you're not going to get this reference. But is she from Amsterdam or from Holland? Because, they smother their french fries in that shit over there. John Travolta reference from Pulp Fiction. You'll get it after you watch the movie this week.
So do I have to really watch it?
It's a perfect movie. You will like it. So is she from Holland, Smoked F? Because that's a Pulp Fiction reference. Magan's retracted messages over here. It's like, it doesn't even come up if I click it. Explore with Maddie. Hello, Explore with Maddie. What's going on? Didn't see you guys for long. Yeah, we skipped last week. I just forgot to schedule it. And then, like, middle of the day on Saturday, Jib was like, we're going live tonight? I'm like, is it Saturday? And I was like, I haven't scheduled it, so we'll just forego it. Ja. That's how you know I effed up. Jib's like, ja. Like the short, quick, ja.
Chai.
Chai. That's how I've earned points back. I was correct. Chai. There's an Italian pizza restaurant. Seth, you already lost me, dude. Oklahoma City. This is what we're talking about. with a list of pizza rules. Oh, I like it though. I like it. Rules for the pizza. You cannot eat pizza. Correct. You cannot eat it with a fork and knife. You cannot eat pizza with ranch dressing. Okay, you're winning me back. At first I was like Oklahoma City. Like I never had good pizza in the Midwest. But the fact that they have these rules make me think like this could be a thing. This could be okay. I would go to this place. I'd be like, all right, what do you got for me? What kind of pizza they do this at? This sounds like a New York style pizza shop, like a place with rules is like a very like New Yorkers will like give you a hard time about like what you do with their pizza. Like, oh,
Really?
hey,
Why are they so serious with pizza?
because it's so good. Like they've got so many good pizza places, right? And they're like, oh, take that serious. Like the pepperoni that you like from Pizza Mania, right? Like they're not gonna let someone put ketchup on that pepper. Oh, what are you doing? You trying to put ketchup on the pepperoni?
Cannot use knife and fork with it?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Ah.
Now, that's how you get beat up. Start using knife and fork with pizza in New York City. Maybe you go to Chicago and that abomination they call the deep dish. Like you can use a knife and fork. That's knife and fork pizza.
Remember, you use fork to eat rice. And I said, no, we use spoon.
Yeah. So same thing. Like you were about to kick my ass when I was using a fork to eat some rice, and I thought Jib was about to give me the backhand. Like what are you doing? What is this? Use a spoon to eat the rice. That's how Asians do it. You live in Asia. Get with the program. Am I right?
And you still do it
Sometime.
long ago before you change.
Chai. Uncle Craig took his wife to Italy to eat pizza for her first time. Now she's so picky. So you didn't bring
So she can't eat pizza cold now, huh?
no pizza co for her, I'm betting. No Domino's. No Papa John's for
I like
sure.
Domino's sometimes.
Like Domino's is like that dirty, nasty secret pizza that like reminds you of your childhood when there was like just
Why?
cheap pizza around. But here's the thing: like I grew up in Rhode Island. Rhode Island doesn't have the best pizza,
Okay.
but they have really good. Like for sure. Like there's some place actually some of my favorite pizza places. There's at least 3 pizza places in Rhode Island that are top 10 for me. 3, maybe
Okay.
4, right? And so of all time. So for me, it's like, and I like a certain style, like this sort of like Sicilian style, like the pizza strip style, like more of that. Crispy bottom, a little thicker than in New York, really like really well-seasoned sauce, like crispy edges, like that's my style. A lot of olive oil on the bottom of the pan to crisp it up, almost like it's fried on the bottom. Like that's my style of pizza. And so, like for me, like there's at least 3, maybe 4 places in Rhode Island that are top 10 for me. But yeah, it depends on the style that you like. But Domino's reminds you like when you're a kid, you're hanging out with your buddies, you snuck a few beers, right? You're watching like Star Wars in the basement, playing video games. You get a couple Domino's pizzas delivered. That's like childhood memories. Actually, so I saw a video of like my favorite pizza place from Rhode Island the other day, and literally it was 2 minutes from the house I grew up in, and there's at least 3 or 4 other pizza places between my house and that pizza place. It's a 2-minute drive.
Wow.
2-minute drive to get there,
Nice.
and 3 to 4 other pizza places in between.
So maybe it's the same here, like you have noodle shop everywhere
Yeah, so
next to each other, or rice with chicken.
Yeah, so like your favorite hat-yai chicken might not be the auntie at 7-Eleven. It could be the auntie up at the other 7-Eleven. And there's like 2 other hat-yai chickens in between here and there. Mm-hmm. Very possible.
Yes.
And there legitimately is like 3 or 4 hat-yai chickens between here and the top of the soy. Right, so not in that same direction. There's one if you go left at the end of 21. Mm-hmm. Auntie at 7-Eleven. Mm-hmm. Auntie at the other 7-Eleven across the street. Oh yeah, another one in the market, and then there's another one. This is tricky. Actually, no, there's because either way you go. So further up 93, there's one inside that little enclave of market, And then if you go up 97/1, there's a Hat Yai Chicken and a 5-star in that 7-Eleven parking lot. So that's how many Hat Yai Chicken, that's how many chicken places are in our neighborhood.
Fried chicken.
Yeah. Oh, Joe's about to get beat down.
Joe.
Joe, what are you doing? Playing dangerous games, Joe. Joe. Talking about like ketchup on your pad thai, Joe. Oh my God. Everyone knows that he needs coffee. That's all.
So if it's lucky door, it's Joe. I will draw a demon for him. Not angel.
Okay. California has subscription buds. Oh, 369 glass jars with different. Oh, that's interesting. That would probably work here. Damn. Yeah, the FX3, great camera. Great camera. It's cool because if I need to like strip it down, get a little bit more low profile, I've got the small rig cage on it. So if I pop the handle off, I have a NATO rail to throw on the top. Then I can just throw my monitor on that NATO rail. Still have my external monitor. I've got the V-mount battery on the back and pretty much shoot all day with that. Asia MMA never die. Oh yeah, I should get that Asian MMA relaunched. Love what they do for Fragrant Podcast. Fragrant. I don't know if I know Fragrant Podcast. Fragrant. Is it a podcast about scents? Fragrant. Heard Paula. No, Paula's number 1, Joe. Whoever told you number 2, they don't know pizza.
I think that's Eric.
Probably. And Eric does it. Eric's from Cleveland. Look, I love Cleveland. Right? I lived in Cleveland. It was like right before I moved here, I was a Cleveland guy. Their pizza sucks. There's no good pizza that I had in Cleveland. It just doesn't exist. It's a different style. It's the Midwest style. It's doughy. They don't have any crisp to it. Like I like a crisp when I bite into my pizza. Like I like a crunch on the crust, right? Like I like a little
Difficult to show.
So, but in Cleveland, everything's doughy. Very doughy and thick. It's not good. Not good. It's not that it's not good. It's not great. It's average pizza. Smoked Up bought the ZV-1 recently. Very happy with it. Yeah, to compensate for a tiny battery, I decked it out with a small rig L bracket. Yeah. And Gizmo lens adapter. Yeah, so I've got I'll show you mine. I've got the cage on it. The small rig, I'll take the top handle off. So I've got the mini NATO rail, the mini NATO top grip. So I've got the small rig cage on mine, Smoked F, and it's got the NATO rail up top, screws in here to the top of the cage, so I can put the handle on. This gives me, the best thing about this is it like doubles this grip. So this is now much more functional. The other nice thing about this is you can actually run this off an auxiliary battery. So through the mini HDMI, no, sorry, not mini HDMI, the micro USB, you can power this and extend the battery life. So if you get a battery that you can mount to the bottom, you can then just plug it into the micro USB and you're good to go. You can shoot this all day on one battery and not have an issue. And the battery adds a little bit more weight to the camera, so you don't get like those little micro jitters when you're shooting handheld that you would get just shooting it on its own. Like this adds a little bit of weight, but it's okay. I've got the lens adapter as well. So, and I've got the Zome wide angle lens, which is nice. It's like half the weight of the Ulanzi lens and it's wider. But normally I'm just using that adapter for ND filters. Even though there's 3 stops of ND built into the camera, I'll throw an external ND on, just thread it onto that because it's so sunny here. And use that to sort of bring down the exposure a bit, get a little bit better control, and then just shoot like that. And I find it works fantastic for me. Jib loves the camera talk, as you can tell. Very technical, right, Ben? You love the camera talk. So Joe's on board. No ranch.
No ranch sprinkle is nice.
No, on pizza. No ranch on pizza. Is there ranch Pringles here?
Is it Lay's or Pringle?
I think we see the Lay's ranch.
Oh, okay,
every now and
Lay's.
then.
Okay.
Pringles, we see the sour cream and onion, right?
Oh.
Yeah, the green. Oh, the blue here. It's blue. Uncle Craig, I found a Sony internal service manual for the ZV-1. Can send you a link if needed. They didn't fix yours, right, Uncle Craig? After you got it drenched? I heard the lens breaks a lot. The lens is fine. The problem is, there are some idiots who don't understand that these lenses are internally geared. And you can't leave that super heavy Ulanzi wide angle adapter on that lens and run it all the time. It'll burn the motor out. I almost never put an adapter on my ZV-1 because I'm not shooting myself. They actually have a new version of this camera that's made with just a wide angle prime. It's a ZV something, ZVF maybe, or ZVN. So, Joe bang over another 5? Did I miss one? Yeah.
Is that?
Sorry, Joe sent another $5 as an apology for the pad thai joke. So another entry for Joe. Let me get that in the notes.
Thanks, Joe. Okay, so I'm gonna draw a demon.
So the lens is actually really good, really robust if you're not constantly using it with the Ulanzi adapter is super heavy. I think it weighs 400 grams. Way too heavy for the motors in that lens.
400.
The Zomei adapter weighs less than 100 grams by comparison. And I'll always thread it on after I turn the camera on so that it doesn't have to push it out. So yeah, I think it's the way it is. I love that it's an all-in-one, so when it's off, I can stick that camera in my pocket. I have no issues. The ZV-1 with the ZV-1, even with the lens adapter, even with the cage on it, if I need to, in a pinch, I shut it off, the lens closes up, and this fits in my pocket, and I can just walk away from somewhere, no problem. I wouldn't want an interchangeable lens camera at this size. They make another version of this camera called the ZV-E10, which is definitely not an upgrade to the ZV-1. It's got an APS-C sensor, so it's a bigger sensor, but the ZV-1 has a stack sensor. The ZV-1 image quality is superior in my opinion, and the ZV-1 doesn't suffer from rolling shutter, and the ZV-1 has better stabilization because it's a smaller sensor. Whereas the ZV-E10 is just sort of it feels like they had extra parts hanging around at Sony and they slapped that camera together. I've tried it. I have friends who have it. No one really likes it. No one thinks it's a great camera. And most of my friends who know cameras who got this, they went back to using the ZV-1 just because it's so much better. It's a way better tool. I didn't hear you say I would like the ZV-1. No, I don't think, again, that's the ZV-E10, that version of it. I don't think it's worth getting for what this camera is for. I think you're much better off with the ZV-1. I love true deep dish. I'm not opposed to the deep dish, to the Chicago style. I don't think you've ever had that, right, Ben?
What's that?
It's this thick and just full of cheese. And the cheese is under the sauce. It's not bad. That's fork and knife type pizza, right? But it's usually the dough is a laminated type of dough, I think. It's got layers to it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is it lasagna?
Thick like lasagna, yeah.
But it's pizza.
But it's pizza.
Oh,
But
never
it's not layers of dough. It's like dough that's been, like roti, how it's been folded over in layers and laminated.
So like crepe?
Yeah, kinda, but
Crepe
thick
cake.
and crispy. Come on, man, no fast food pizza. We did pizza in Queens just before. Oh, nice, yeah. Queens is a good spot for pizza. Falcone's Pizzeria. They are New York style formulas and recipes passed down through generations. That's where it's at, Seth. That's where it's at. The good pizza. Jib will kick a Senor Frank joining late, but if the question is, do I get the camera? The answer is yes.
What?
You know Frank's rule. If you have to ask about gear, the answer is yes. Do I need the camera? Yeah, I was
No.
sure. Frank, you might not have. I'll pull this up. Let Frank get a. I don't think you've seen the rig yet, Frank. The documentary rig.
Crazy.
FX3.
Crazy.
Frank's a Canon guy, so you know he's still on Canon. He's got like both mount systems for Canon. He's still got old EF mounts and he's got the new RF mount. Fragrant is late night talk show, very popular. You can see them on YouTube. Go to Fragrant podcast. All right, I'll check it out. Curious Auntie still up. Got a new Exo Fair subscribe. Thank you, Curious Auntie still not allowed to collaborate content with Lady Sharpshooter. We looked up her channel. There's like a Thai girl who shoots guns. Like, I'm not sure. Like, if Jib wants to go and learn how to shoot guns, maybe, but I don't think that's her thing. Though Jib was talking about joining the Thai army at one point.
Long ago.
It was like last year.
Huh?
Last year.
What last year?
You said you were going to join the Royal Guard.
That's not army.
Oh, it's not
different.
army. It's different. Okay. I'm trying to overcompensate for my tiny battery too, man. I feel you. Yeah. the ZV-1 battery, that's like so underpowered, but yeah, you can definitely throw like a grit, like a battery plate on the bottom. But yeah, the FX3 with the V-mount battery is phenomenal. Bit too much battery for the ZV-1 though. I think he needs to upgrade. Got the Zome wide angle lens too. Yeah, got it for nice $6. Yeah, I don't think I paid too much. I got it on Shopee. I think it wasn't $6, but it was less than 20 when I got it. Jib is like, can you just get off the camera talk? that is how Jib is like. I've never seen any ranch chips in Thailand. Actually, if you go to Villa, Greg, they have them at Ranch Doritos. Cool Ranch Doritos at Villa. Have you ever had the Cool Ranch Doritos?
What is that?
Do you know Doritos, the triangle corn chips?
Okay.
They have a Cool Ranch flavor.
I don't think
So it's like cheesy.
I think you got like cheese one from me
Okay.
before.
Those are all the pad thai joke. Hey, Craig, what's up? Morning. ZV-1F is the new one, but I think the ZV-1 still outperforms the E10. The 1F is really just like that close angle. Like if you just want a selfie camera, that's what you use that for. Apavera, Sawadi Krop.
สวัสดีค่ะ
Deep straight pizza pie.
Oh, okay,
That's where
okay.
it's at.
Okay. Well, I don't know if any restaurants sell it here.
Oh, so Thomas already has the 66, but I don't like the dragging it around. Yeah, so the ZV-1 would be perfect for you then. Let's see. Oh, so I'm starting to get, so a user named 69xxx.fun is sending messages to the chat, and YouTube is automatically hiding them, thankfully.
Oh, no, your mojo.
Joe timed them out. Oh, no, so Joe got in there. Okay, Joe
Yeah.
deleted it. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you, Joe.
Joe, you can just ban them if unless if you're saving those links for yourself for later. Tick wants to go to the range sometime. Okay, let me know if gun shooting is a thing that comes up. Yeah, I'll holler at you. Keep the dog safe. Got to protect Seymour. Got to protect the neighborhood hounds. Haggis potato. I've seen haggis potato chips here. I've not tried them, but I have seen them.
What is haggis?
Haggis is a Scottish dish. It's like a stomach of a sheep that's stuffed with the organ meat and rice and blood. And then, I don't know if it's boiled or baked. And then they like eat it. And so they make it's like seasoned with like pepper and other stuff.
Not for me.
And so it's like organ meat flavored chips.
No.
Joe's saving them for later. You wanna pull the angel out and show the work? We'll take a look at Jib's painting updates, her progress, if you will. What do we? She saw the gold shop aunties with shotguns in the news and wants to get geared up. Nice. So she'll fit in perfect in Texas, Frank. All right, here we go. Here's the update on Jib's angel painting. Let me. So this is it's pretty shiny, but all this gold part is gold leaf. Sorry, I pulled the mic up. Sorry. All the gold part is gold leaf with a red lining in it, and very, very detailed. So this is what Jib has been like clapping today. Very nice, man. Great. And so what's going to be on the body, the top of the body?
Topless.
So is this the skin color, or are you going to paint the skin?
This is skin.
Oh, you already painted? Okay. Oh, yeah, it's not white. Okay. Not completely. Got suspenders on, so not completely topless.
This is like necklace.
Oh, very, very ornate. Nice little cock piece in the middle here.
It's a belt.
Oh, it's a belt.
Part
Sorry.
of the belt.
So yeah, that's where. So how many months? This is 2 months of work, babe.
Is it?
2 months.
Maybe longer. Like
Longer?
to finish the drawing here is take time.
Oh, it's true. Yeah. So I remember when
Or,
Jib made a bag as well to bring this back and forth to school. Use my solid brass hardware on the bag. I'm not bitter about it. She mismatched the set too. So, I mean, I had the set.
It's balanced.
It is more balanced. It is more balanced. But for this style of bag that she got, it's more balanced. I specifically got those solid brass lobster clamps to hold on to solid brass O-rings, but Jib used it with a more traditional square bracket that fits the shape of her bag. It still works. That's all that matters, is that it works. So let's say 3 months total on that project, babe?
I'm not sure.
3 months total on the project. Probably, let me see what. Trying to shut my aircon off. There we go. There we go. So 3 months total on that project. The drawing, the painting, all the woodwork. 3 months. Give or take.
Maybe.
Jib needs a Snuggie. Oh yeah, do you know what the Snuggie is?
What's that?
It's like a blanket with sleeves.
Oh, will be good. Yeah, maybe I make one.
It's like fleece, like micro fleece, and you wear it, and it's got a hood that comes over.
Ah,
Yeah, they used to have like horrible commercials for them back in the 90s.
it's a good design.
Joe says, it won't be that one specifically.
Oh, it
'cause
cannot
that's,
ship back.
That's wooden. There'd be no way to ship it. Well, it would be, but it'd be.
I'm afraid that it will break.
Yeah, it is. It's also not like super high quality wood, right? It's even further along than Smoke Depth thought. Yeah. Yeah, the gold work really went far. Frank told Tick they could get a full arsenal at Walmart without any paperwork or wait list, but she still doesn't want to move to Texas. Can you get, in Texas, can you buy a handgun with no weight? Or do you still need to wait to buy a pistol? But shotguns, rifles, just pick it up off the shelf at Walmart. Did you know that? But you can just buy guns at Walmart?
You told me.
Yeah. So shotgun is probably the best like home defense weapon though. You know, you get a good spray, right? It won't necessarily go through the walls. If you got multiple intruders, you just blast away until they're done. And yes, she mentioned protecting the dog with a shotgun. Not sure it would work. Eric says, gorgeous work, babe.
Oh, thank you.
So I said the same thing, Joe. Toenails need to be cut.
No, it's like style.
So
like it
what-
has to be like long, like at least 50% from the
What era is this
first
art from?
joint.
Because this is not a Utah era, you said, correct?
This is Ratanakosin style, which is Ayutthaya style, even longer. So if you know, like for the northern dance, that they put like a extension, like
Oh, yeah, yeah.
this, it's almost like that.
And they use the golden extensions,
Chai
right?
chai.
Yeah, yeah, I've seen that before.
Yeah.
And then when they so
Yeah, like
yeah, see, Jib can do it. Like my fingers, like yeah,
I'm not even trained like Thai dance, but
Is it?
I know like have to do this and then this.
Oh, so 7 days. Yeah, so same as I think most of the country might be 7 days for pistol. 9mm long guns are common, and basically all the hardware. Yeah, yeah, essentially. And now you can get the 3D printed guns in America. So use it once, throw it away. Non-traceable. For a while, this is going back like maybe 5 or 6 years, maybe more. There were people advertising on YouTube for I forget. I think they call it like a 90% block kit, where they sell you a block of aluminum and you use a drill to drill it out and have a functional gun.
It's like the movie with Clint Eastwood and John Malkovich.
Yes, just
The
like
one-
that, the zip gun. Yeah.
Hey.
But now with 3D printers, you just make it. You download the plans and make it.
Is it safe to use it?
Sometimes
Because it might explode to your face.
they are known to blow up. That's the downside to 3D
Ah.
printed firearms. My 9mm works very. I used to have a couple 9mm in the States. I had a Ruger and a Smith & Wesson 9mm. Both good. I like the Ruger P89. Great firearm. But I prefer like a 45 APC, but very expensive to go to the range and shoot. Double aught will go through walls. Double aught slug, you mean? No, double aught shot. You still need to do the Fed paperwork. Depends on how busy the background check. I've paid and walked same day with pistol. Wow. Same day. 80% lowers, yeah. Yeah, 80% lowers are the safe ones. The 3D, those are the ones where you drill the metal. If you do it right, it's safe.
But if you do it wrong.
If you 3D print, like that's the bad part. Yeah. The anti-Dana. Just need a handshake, meet up, and small interview with Lady Sharpshooter, please. Plus add Frank. Interesting. Frank, have you seen this channel, Lady Sharpshooter? It's a Thai girl that sort of like a like she would totally be like a Republican darling back in the States. Like loves guns, loves shooting them. Like a female FPS Russian. I am a professional Russian. Do not try at home. Did I tell you about that? That guy used to have a YouTube channel, FPS Russian. He was a kid from Georgia, and he pretended to be a Russian guy. And he would just shoot these crazy guns in his backyard. And like huge channel, millions and millions of subscribers. Ends up getting arrested on federal drug charges and loses his firearms license.
Oh.
Yeah, apparently he had like almost $1 million in weapons in his house, and they all got seized and destroyed.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh, 30 cal buckshot, not a slug. FPS pothead. Yeah, he got busted for because he had a federal firearms license. He got busted buying pot and bringing it back to his house. And because his house was the registered address for his federal firearms license, he lost all. I think he went to jail for like a year, federal
Oh.
prison. He does a podcast now. But yeah, I think like almost $1 million worth of guns.
That's
gone.
a lot of money.
Yeah. Probably a lot of his net worth tied up in that collection. How to obtain a MG42? I don't know, MG42. If that's a firearm, I'm unaware. Anti-Dana. And he lost his YouTube. Yeah. Well, that would have happened regardless because of the what do they call it? The advertiser friendly rules that went into play. Like he just they weren't showing ads on that anymore. So Not only that, oh yeah, the guy he worked with licensing and big guns. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember. I don't know how. I remember that now, Smoked Up, that you say that. I don't know how related one was to the other, or did they ever find who offed his partner? Like I don't know. It was like Craig MG42. Oh,
What's
okay.
that?
But I'm trying to think, like who. So yeah, this guy's partner got like murdered, execution style, and then he gets arrested on federal drug charges, does a year in prison, loses his license, and now I think he plays games on Twitch and does a podcast. Yeah, crazy. Yeah, no doubt. Like your business partner and like loved ones under suspicion for sure. Like your closest family members would be investigated. Your business partner in the firearm business, yeah, for sure. Hey, Drummer the Explorer. Oh, peace out. Hey, man, how's things? You in Vietnam right now? I think I saw on your Instagram. Oh, he's taking off anyway, but thanks for swinging by, dude. I think he's in Vietnam. He was in Cambodia, I think now Vietnam.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Actually, I was just talking to my buddy Bruno. He's in Hanoi. He's coming back to Bangkok next week. A week from today, maybe. So I think you met Bruno, right? Or no? I don't think so. He's the guy who's living in Koh Tao? Diving?
No.
Okay. The Maryland guy. Or Virginia. Maryland or Virginia. You can go to a gun show in Texas, get away with buying a handgun or a tank in a private sale same day. I have a shirt that says, "Don't vlog me, bro. I won't be in that video." Yeah, I think so there are individuals in America that own tanks.
Huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
That's a real thing.
And why you need it?
No one needs it. But they want it. And they say it's their right to have it. Actually, that guy, FPS Russia, he had an episode with a tank.
So what? Like you buy it and you drive it to grocery store?
Yeah. Well, no, I don't know where you drive it to the grocery store, but I'm sure you drove it somewhere. Actually, you'd probably have to retrofit it with wheels, I imagine, because I got to imagine it'd be illegal to drive treaded vehicles on roads because it's just the damage, right? But if you had wheels on it, for sure you could drive it. Oh, yeah, the Craig says tanks are legal. The ordinance is the issue. Because you can, Jib. Because you can. See?
No.
No one needs it, but they can do it. They want it.
You can, but doesn't mean you should.
Yeah. Can't drive tank tracks on the road. Yeah, so they would. So if you got it fitted, Craig, if you got it fitted with wheels, because I have seen some with wheels, could you then drive that on the road? Hypothetical. I have a friend who has a M240L. He just found the fender of a tank. Oh.
What's that?
M240L, he just found the fender of a tank. So I'm guessing it's either a big gun or it's a tank itself.
Oh.
I think part of Arnie's payment for True Lies was an F-15. That's a plane. Did he actually get that plane? I know Arnie owns supposedly the tank that he was a driver in the Austrian army. He owns that actual tank.
Huh?
Yeah. So if you have I only know this because I saw an episode of Epic Mealtime like 10 years ago where they were cooking eggs on the metal of Arnie's tank in his driveway. And they were cooking ostrich egg.
Huh.
Yeah.
People don't have the
Craig said, P.S. I have no tank. M240 mid-sized machine gun. Okay.
Machine gun.
Oh, machine gun's common in America. Common.
So you guys prepare for zombie apocalypse or something?
Some people are preparing for the zombie apocalypse, babe. Some people are. No doubt. So I think actually a tank would be great here for traffic.
Huh? You can't drive on other
Bangkok traffic
person
on like
vehicle.
payday Fridays.
No.
Like when payday in Thailand falls on a Friday, you need that tank for traffic because you're not going anywhere.
No, you just need Skytrain.
Yeah, or that SkyTrain or a tank or a monster truck. A monster truck would be acceptable.
Or bicycle.
Well, but bicycle is not as fun as a monster truck. I don't know if he was a tank driver, kind of weird tank crews are under rather. Yeah, so the driver, he was a tank driver, at least what I remember from that video, Smoked F. The epic, if you look up Epic Mealtime, Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'm sure you can find it. But the driver of the tank is actually, you've got the most room. So, and actually you're almost laying down in a tank. I've been in a few U.S. tanks, and the driver's got it the best. Most comfortable, laying down, kind of like driving first to die probably in an incident, but they've got a very comfortable position and the most room overall. You generally can't drive most tanks on the road, but you can flatbed them around from private property to private property. Yeah, or you just put wheels on it. Fine. Get it registered as a commercial vehicle or historic vehicle. I don't know. Does every state have historic vehicle registration? Rhode Island used to, where people would have these antique car and historic vehicle registration plates. Essentially, like almost no insurance. You only drive it like a couple days a year, parades and stuff like that. But or like car meetups with your buddies, like a 100-year-old car or like an old military truck. I don't think I ever saw a tank, but I definitely saw old military trucks. Only pre-85 automatic weapons, no M240 saws. Oh yeah, the saw was the M240. Yeah, squad automatic weapon. Actually, when I was in the army, the smallest guy on my team carried the saw. It was kind of funny. He loved it though. WA has historic plates, 25 years old. Yeah, I think 25 might have been the age limit in Rhode Island, or the age minimum in Rhode Island for a historic or antique vehicle as well. Oh well, today's twist. Closet 2A members. I have the SKS I bought 30 years ago. Just walked out of the store. Just walked 30 years ago. Well, what state? Florida, Texas? Definitely not a northern state. Even 30 years ago in Rhode Island, you couldn't just walk out of a store with something. You can get M60 pig all day long. In Cali, really? I thought Cali had really strict gun laws, Thomas. Is that not the case? I didn't own any when I lived in Cali. I didn't even look into it. But I remember when I bought both my pistols when I lived in Rhode Island. It was quite a complicated process. In Rhode Island, you have to get something called a blue card, which allows you to purchase. And that you take the test, they tell you if you passed it, then they send it into, I believe, like Fish and Wildlife issues the blue card in Rhode Island. And it's like a basic safety test, like how to how to care for your gun, how not to shoot yourself, how not to shoot other people. And then you have to show them that you know how to use the cable lock that comes with a weapon. And it was easy. It considered Curio. Idaho, you could walk out the same day until 3. Oh my. That sounds like a very Idaho thing. Sounds like a very Idaho thing. Like Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, like the Dakotas, like those states, like you kind of expect, like it's still sort of the Wild West. Like you just walk in, buy a gun, walk out.
Why? Where's like they're gonna shoot someone?
Well, like Wyoming is something like 400 times larger than Rhode Island, but has half the population.
Okay, that's good.
400 times bigger.
Yeah.
Half the population.
Yes.
So it's like really just like a lot of like farmers and
Yes.
ranchers, and like I think their biggest city is like less than 100,000 people.
Wow.
So to put that in context. Does Jib have a topic for us? Hey, what do you want to talk about, babe?
No topic.
Hey,
no, just
Nathan.
work every day. Go to school and come back home.
Nathan Shugan from San Jose. Hey, what's going on in San Jose, Nathan? Idaho equals, yeah, Idaho is Isan. Yeah, so for sure, like Idaho's like an Isan type, like country. Like Wyoming, like Montana, Idaho, North South Dakota, Isan.
I don't think Isan people will have like guns in every house.
No, but like density. No, not about guns, but density.
Okay.
Like stuff like that. Raining in San Jose, really, all day. You know, we had some weird rain here. I think it stopped though.
Yes, finally.
Yeah, yeah. It's definitely the weather's been really great, really great.
Because like the other day I'm about to take this piece back to work, and then it's like rain start, so I have to drop it at school because with this type of color.
Oh, Ron, it's water soluble, right?
Yes, if it get wet, then my work.
So I couldn't work on this. I'd sweat it all the way.
Yeah, you have to like not let your sweat like drop on it.
Yeah, no doubt that Idaho's a snowy place. Is Sun Valley, Idaho? When I was an engineer at Cox, we had I think Sun Valley, Idaho was one of our systems, and it's only populated like a few months in the winter when people are skiing. Like that's the only time people like live there in mass. It's like a ski town. Yeah. So yeah, where we were gonna go last night, and then we said we'd go today, and we didn't go because it was super hot and sunny when I walked outside. Was the Red Cross Fair. They haven't done it for 2 years. Is back this year. You can actually go and you can shoot. Talking about guns, you can shoot Army, Navy, and Air Force guns at the police guns at the event. 60 baht per clip.
I don't know how many bullets you're gonna have, but like you get ticket for 60.
And you go up and you just poop, poop, poop at the
paper
at
target?
the target, yeah, and you can do as many times as you want. I think they're not super loud, so I'm thinking they're low powder rounds. But we didn't.
And if you're like good at shooting, you might get like a rice cooker.
Oh yeah, they have
or
prizes.
Something else like bicycle.
But a few years, we went the year before COVID, and so we went the year before COVID, and it was too late. I didn't get a chance to shoot. So now we'll plan for next year. But we saw photos. It was packed at Lumpini Park.
Yes, and I'm afraid of like if I get COVID from that.
Yeah,
I can't go to school for 2 weeks, and then like I think my study kind of done.
Yeah, so Jib's already missed. When I brought COVID back from Vietnam on my work trip, Jib missed 2 weeks of school, 3 weeks?
3.
And so, yeah, like to miss at this late stage when she's so close to graduation from the palace would be horrible.
Yeah.
Oh,
and that time, lucky that
nice.
week that I missed
Nathan.
is like, it's type of a design that we can work from home. So I can catch up the class.
So, Anti-Dana asks if I can do zip lines. I probably wouldn't do it at the event. Like, I think you're talking about the one in Chiang Mai, the Flying Squirrel. I would not do it there. Like, since I've lived here, since we've been together, 8 or 9 years.
8.
How many people have died at Flying Squirrel?
Not die, but injured.
I think 2 people died.
Are you sure?
2 girls.
Sure?
I think.
Huh.
But Jib and I did at the time, the world's longest zip line in Borneo, or the longest zip line between islands.
Yeah, it's between islands.
So from one island off the coast of Borneo to another. Yeah, we did that, and it was fun, but it's like 30 seconds. But it was a lot of fun.
Yes, and it's nice.
Yeah. That was the same. I think I've told the story before about the guy who got assaulted by the pig.
Yes.
He got SA'd by the pig. And yeah, so, but yeah, that was fun. I like that one. I would do the longer one in Philippines too. Apparently, like a year after we did the one in Borneo, which is like 400 meters, The Philippines went and made one that's like 1.3 kilometers
Oh,
between islands. So I would definitely try that. And the water in Borneo in the South China Sea is gorgeous. So when you're zip lining over, it's crystal clear. You can see fish and stuff. It's quite nice. Let's say Americans compete in the shooting competition. BRB. American. Yeah, you definitely could. A little unfair advantage, right? Oh, nice. Airborne sniper. So see, you should come to the next fair and win the rice cooker.
No, you have to use a gun that they prepare. You cannot bring your own gun.
Yeah, but he just needs a couple tickets to zero in his sights. He'll be good.
I want to see. Really?
Is it legal to carry a knife in Thailand? Ooh.
It depends on the size.
I
If
have-
it's like the small one, not gonna be bad. But if it's like what you call machete,
Yeah, so this one,
that's police gonna get you for sure.
actually, this one would still be illegal because it's a fixed blade. I think you're only allowed folders in Thailand.
I don't know. I get like a cooking knife sometime that I have to use at school, but I wrap it with paper.
Yeah, this one would be probably illegal.
Yeah, illegal.
But
But like no one gonna check you really. Like,
yeah, if I had this on my belt, I don't wear a belt, but if I had a belt,
If it's hang,
yeah,
police can see it, you get trouble for sure. But if
Yeah.
you put it in your backpack and you look like normal, like tourists, like no one gonna check you.
yeah, I think like if you had this on your belt, obviously, unless you're like out in the jungle somewhere or you're camping,
Oh yeah, that's different.
but like if I threw this on let's say I put this on my pants when I'm out riding my motorcycle, a cop would stop me and arrest me for sure. I don't know what the legal size is for carry. There's probably
Let's say cooking knife.
but like if I had a folder and it folded out to 30 centimeters.
That's too long.
Blade and handle.
Still too long,
Still too long.
I think.
So like this one, even though this is a fixed blade though, right? So it's like a little handmade fixed blade. I like this. I use this to open packages all the time, but I don't carry this with me. I have a multi-tool, a Gerber that I carry sometimes, and this has. You guys have all seen this, one of these in some form or another. And this has a little blade in it, serrated, that...
This looks like more of like tools.
Yeah, so this would probably be okay, I imagine.
Yeah.
Unless, like...
It's like the Swiss knife, the one that have many things in one piece. You know that one?
Yeah.
don't know
Like the
what's
Swiss
in-
Army blade.
Yes, that one you can carry. No one
Yeah.
gonna arrest you because of that.
I think, yeah, and I mean, if common sense is really... I think the common sense rule is more important here than anything, right? To not have... Don't carry the Bowie knife, right, out in public. Don't carry a machete, right?
Correct.
And don't wear a knife on your belt, like out in Bangkok. Like if you live in Isan or you live in KPP or you're out in like the rural areas around Hat Yai.
No, it might be like snake.
Yeah.
It's like
Well,
okay,
Don't try to fight a king cobra with a knife. Let's say that also. But like if you know you're out on the farm or whatever, no big deal. Throw it on your belt, do whatever you gotta do. But you're in Bangkok, like anything more than opening boxes, there's a clear reason you have it probably, or there's no clear reason to have it utility wise.
ใช่
So one thing to think about. Oh, the Craig said this fat Farung says no to zip lines. I used to climb towers and stuff, man. So like zip lines aren't that bad for me.
It's like whatever you're gonna do here, you have to check the maximum weight because maybe they didn't prepare for like 150.
True.
It may be just maximum like 100.
So Thomas says, I think anything over 4-inch blade concealed. Is it all? I think it must be by state in the U.S., Thomas. I have an old Smith & Wesson liner lock knife that I got when I was in the Army 20 years ago. I still have that. It's a great knife, works well. And it's got a clip so you can throw it in your pocket. So I think like if I imagine technically if it's clipped into your pocket so the clip is visible, it's probably not a concealed knife. I imagine. My Spyderco is a bit longer than that folding knife, roughly 3. Yeah, I think that'd be. I mean, I wouldn't like if you fly into Thailand. Obviously, don't put it in your carry-on. But I think if you carried it with you,
Can put it in the luggage.
Yeah.
Load it.
obviously you can't fly with a knife anymore.
Uh-huh.
But if you were to like just have that in your pocket walking around, I don't think you'd have any issues with a 3-inch blade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, unless you're a coconut vendor, then you got a machete on the.
Yes, that's different.
Yeah.
Like you remember the fruit uncle?
Yeah. Yeah, the fruit uncle. There's one uncle that we got that we get our fruit from. He's got like a Chinese style chef's knife, which looks like a skinny cleaver, I guess you would call it.
What is
And
cleaver?
It's the cleaver is like the big heavy one I have up on the magnet that you can chop through like for pumpkin or bone or like the big heavy. And the cleaver, like his is like my long skinny Chinese chef's knife, right, with the wooden handle that it's a flat, no point on it, and just chop. But yeah, he has a 12-inch one of those, so it's fine. And obviously he's a fruit vendor; he needs it. That's his job. Will Jib okay for any future machete haul? Jib doesn't care what knives I have. Like if they have use or function, that's fine. Actually, I would say this is probably my favorite thing to carry around. It's this little tool from Small Rig. If I'm out shooting, this is always in my pocket. This little, and the main reason is this ultra wide flathead bit that it comes with. It's got all the Allens and hex nuts, and it's got a Phillips head. It's got all the Allen heads, but this ultra wide flathead one is just like the perfect for camera plates. So this thing in my pocket.
I use 1 baht coin.
Yeah, you can use a 1 baht coin, but I don't always have a 1 baht coin on me. So, like this is like if I'm out with the rig, this is the perfect tool for me, for sure. Let's see. Many matches, Jumtian Beach for open coca machete. Yeah, a lot of machetes on Jumtian Beach. But again, I don't go to Pattaya, so it's okay. In Texas, bottom line summary, any adult can carry any knife legal to possess anywhere as long as it's not over 5.5 inch blade, Frank, or 5.5 inch total. You can carry longer knife. Oh, sorry, second. No, we're talking Texas. Texas is an anomaly. Keep that in mind, babe. Texas is its own thing. Every Texan you'll ever meet will tell you they were their own country before they were part of America, right? So keep that in mind. They have some very libertarian views on government. You can carry longer knives almost everywhere. Some exceptions. There is no separate rule for concealed carry. You may carry open or concealed however you want. Yeah, okay. This is all Texas. And blade. He's talking about blade.
Scary.
Yeah. I had an idea for a short called Chop, machete hitting red jello. Just show the red splatter hitting. That could be funny. Definitely could be humor. You ever, what's that channel? Like, it's like how to fix things and the guy's just smashing stuff against the wall all the time. But yeah, I think like 5-inch blade is fine. Like for me, 99% of what I use a knife for is to open packages. Right, to open some type of package or to cut some type of string, right? Like that is 99% of knife use for me, and the other 1% is like stupid. Like I'm trying to cut something out that I got like a splinter in my hand, or you know, like I've got to like chop at something. That's 99% of a utility for a knife for me. Even the Bowie knife, I've literally, for no reason other than I can, taken this knife out and been like, let me open this envelope. And Jib's like, don't cut yourself. And I cut myself inevitably because she said it. Had she not said it, I would have not cut myself. 100% guarantee.
Because I know what will happen. And you just not listen to me.
That might be possible. That might be possible. A lot of times, if I even take like a larger knife out, Jib will just get up and leave. And like I'm like, what are you doing? She's over there getting Band-Aids ready and stuff. Betadine ready. Tennessee, you can carry about anything you want. Well, Bill would know as he's a former detective in Tennessee. So you can carry any knife you want. The cop pulls you over. You got a Bowie knife in your belt. No problem, Bill.
Doesn't it look funny? Like you carry a long knife with you, like walk on the street like that?
Depends on where you are. Texas, Tennessee, maybe not. So in Rhode
For
Island,
what?
I think it's a 3-inch blade limit in Rhode Island, as I recall. As I recall, the limit was a 3-inch blade. I think that is what you would get harassed by the cops for. I used to carry a 4-inch blade in my pocket when I was an engineer, and I use that all the time to cut stuff, like to cut ropes or strings or like just stuff that would be like, a lot of times you would find like things that would get wrapped around at the base of towers and stuff, and you just got to cut it out. And I always carried my multi-tool, which also had like probably a 4-inch blade on it. And I would use the wire snips on the multi-tool all the time to just snip stuff. So, I really think if it's a utility thing, carry what works. They were their own country. It was called Mexico. Yeah, but tell me you've never met a Texan who's not like, Texas was its own country before it joined America. Every Texan I've ever met.
Really?
Austin's blue while Texas is red. Yeah, so confusing. Don't carry a big knife in Austin. So Senior Frank is an Austinite. Born and raised. Texas is a weird place for me. I like it, but it's weird. USA Second Amendment arms include blades, firearms, guns. I always thought it was actually referring to the arms of bears. No, I'm just kidding. This is bear arms. The right to bear arms. Arm bears. Never mind. See, you can carry a tank in Austin, but open carry is frowned upon by most businesses and straight up illegal if 51% of sales of the business are alcohol. It's blue, but still Texas. So open carry, did Texas pass some law that like open carry is just allowed without a license? Is that how it works there, Frank? It might be another state, but I thought it was Texas where I saw like some state passed a law where like open carry without a license, like whatever. So as long as the gun's visible, you can just carry it. Like, hey, babe, I'm going to go to 7-Eleven. Can you pass me my 45 caliber pistol?
For what?
Cause you can. But I mean, like that's like it'd be completely legal, and because it's legal, it's probably not uncommon.
I don't understand.
Or if I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go to Big C. Can you pass me my AR-15? I'm just gonna sling it over the back and take a walk. So not really. There are a few exceptions, but most of the time the hunters are gotcha. Yeah, country boys. Isan. It's more like Isan.
Well, to hunt, I understand.
Yeah. Hunt or they're out there like working in the fields, right?
Yeah,
they
that's
gotta
what I
chop down the
understand.
tree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Open carry. Ooh, open carry legal in Texas. I never say that Texas was its own country. I assume that everyone took a year of Texas history in junior high and knows that. I'll tell people I'm from Texas every time. Yeah. No, Texas is like one of those things that people are really proud of it. Like, and that's cool. Like, I appreciate that about it. Like, it's one of those things that is like a very unique pride about like their state and like what it is. Very like, I'm from Texas. Eat barbecue. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Anyway, I think with that, guys, we're going to start to wrap it up. I appreciate all you guys rocking with us today. Jib wants to finish this, so we're not gonna go the full 2 hours. She wants to get that painting done, so she doesn't have to haul it back and forth for the next week. So thank you for rocking with us. We'll be back next week. The documentary is coming along. The edit is moving. Like I said, guys, this is probably gonna be like over an hour, like total. Is this the way the edit's looking now? But I'm super excited, and having Darren Hale do the score for me, my buddy Darren Hale, is going to be epic. It's going to really, some of the interview audio wasn't great, but overall I think the project's flow and story are coming together. So thank you again for rocking with us, everyone, and we will see you next time.